Hello, I'm Dave, and today I'm playing ARK Survival Evolved. This is a getting started guide that will show you how to get your basic setup on the island, and just some tips and tricks. So the first thing that you're going to see when you join a server is this character creation screen, where you build your character. So I'm going to do that. So, once you have a character that you are satisfied with, you can pick his name and choose a spawn region. So if you're playing with friends, you can coordinate what spawn you choose. I'm gonna pick West 3. So, when you first spawn, you'll notice on the right side of the screen there's a bunch of different icons. From top to bottom, they're your experience bar, and that's where you level up, how much weight you're carrying, your thirst, your hunger, your energy, and your health. And those are very useful when you're playing the game. So you open your inventory with I, and I have a bunch of collector stuff for some reason. I'll need those for this. And you can see that you spawn with pretty much nothing. So, the first thing that you're going to do is go find some plants. And you just push E on them and you get berries and fiber. So I've got a decent bit of fiber now. Later that's used for making clothing, but if you open your engrams, which is basically your skills, you can see that at level 1 you can make absolutely nothing. Except for a stone pick and a torch. So we're gonna have to level up a couple times first. But to get some basic tools, you're gonna have to, just like Minecraft, punch some trees. And this does hurt your guy, but it's not enough to kill you, really. So you can see after 3 trees, I'm at half health still. And I've also leveled up, so if you push I, you can level your guy up. With all these plus arrows, you can choose what you want to make better on him. Health, obviously, is your health, stamina. All those are pretty self-explanatory. Fortitude is your resistance to heat, cold, hunger, and people tranquilizing you. So, I like to do that one a couple times. And as you can see, I can also learn some things now. So a campfire is pretty basic. You're going to want that to cook food later. And the hatchet is better than the stone pick. And you get different materials. So I'm going to do those 2 for now. So to make these, you go to your craftables. And right now I can only make a stone pick, but I'm going to do that. And it will appear in your inventory. You can just drag that down to your quick item slots. So, I'm gonna see what we need for a campfire. I need some flint, some stone, and 1 more wood. So, for the wood, obviously, it just comes from trees. The pickaxe gives you more thatch than wood, though. but I still got one. And stones you can just pick up off the ground, or you can mine them from a rock. Also note that choosing to sprint will drain your thirst and your hunger faster than walking, so just use that when you want to. Here's a rock. On the left side of the screen you can see that my guy's hot now, which will drain his thirst bar quicker. And you can remedy that by making clothes later. So I got one flint from that. I think I only needed one. Yep, but I need 2 more stones. So, now I can make my campfire. And I am on an official server, so I'm gonna look for a good place to put this where people aren't going to kill me. This looks like a pretty decent spot right now. It's sheltered by these rocks, but these rocks can be broken. This cliff cannot be broken, but for now this is a pretty good spot. So you just click use item in your inventory and you can just put it down right there. So I'm gonna go kill something and get some meat from it. Oh, you can see that my thirst bar is almost all the way down. You can drink salt water in this game for some reason, so I'm gonna do that. You just have to submerge your guy in the water and he drinks. So I'm gonna look for something to kill. There's a parasaur in front of me. They're pretty fast, but if you can get them stuck on something, they're pretty easy to kill. So I'm gonna point them at that rock there. See how he's headed for this cliff up here? He'll most likely get stuck on the rocks, and then he's pretty easy to kill. So you're just gonna want to wail on him until he dies. There you go. Then you just use a tool on him, and you'll get meat and hide. So now that I have some meat, I need some... Oh, there's a raptor. The dinosaurs like to jump around a lot in this game. They're pretty hard to hit a raptor, but I think I'm gonna be okay. Maybe not. I might die here, but I know where the spawn point is. Nah, I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna be okay here. A little bit of lag there, but I'm still good. Oh. Maybe not. Hey, got him. Alright, cool. And with raptors, you can harvest their stuff too. And I just passed out because I was using energy when I was already tired, so don't do that. And in a couple seconds, I'll wake back up. So yeah, listen to the thing when it says you're tired, stop moving. Because right now, some dude could come along and fondle me while I sleep. Alright, so got a decent amount of meat and hide now. You can use thatch for burning, but I would like some wood as well. And my stamina's not going up. I think I need to eat something. Don't eat narco berries because they make you fall asleep. Alright, now my stamina's going back up. So I'm going to chop down one more tree and break my pickaxe. So to repair the pickaxe, because they do break, all I need is one more stone. It takes less items to repair it than it does to build one, so that's good. And I also leveled up again. I'm going to put some into health, and I'm going to learn the shirt and the pants. So that'll give me some protection from the heat and cold. Heat makes you lose water more quickly, and the cold makes you burn your food more quickly. As in, you'll eat more. So you want to be a little bit resistant to that. So I'm going to head back to my campfire now and start cooking this meat. You'll notice in your inventory, berries and meat do spoil, so once those timers go out, you'll lose one item from that stack. That is not mine. Okay, I think my campfire is back this way. You can use other people's campfires, but I would like to use my own. Except that I have no idea where it went. So I am just going to use this person's. Charcoal is used later for gunpowder. Probably some other things. So all you have to do is put the meat in there and some fuel. And I'm going to put a couple wood in there as well. And light the fire. And that'll start cooking. And in the meantime, I'm going to build some clothes. I'm going to need more fiber for the pants after I finish this shirt. So I'm going to have to go around and pick some more plants. But once you have your clothing, you just drag it over here to your equipped items. And you'll see that my insulation goes up on this part right here, below in the character stats. Just by a little bit with cloth, but there's more clothing later in the game that's better. See, I have 2 cooked meat so far. Also, standing still makes your hunger bar go up more quickly than if you're running while you're eating. So I'm gonna pick some more plants. Alright, that should be enough fiber for some pants. And hopefully some more of the meat cooked. You can see that my carry weight bar on the right has gone up just a little bit, so you can carry a decent amount of stuff. But none of the stuff that I'm carrying right now is very heavy. Oh, I need 3 more, that's embarrassing. So I'm just gonna run over here and grab this plant. Or this plant. There we go. Fiber is also used later in the game, and people need a lot of it. So I'm gonna make some pants. And then I think I'm gonna make a hatchet. So when you use a pick on a tree, you get thatch, but when you use a hatchet on a tree, you get more wood. And I leveled up again. Metal's used later. you saw, I just got some. So I'm gonna level up health one more time. And I would want a water skin, that's pretty useful. And some boots and gloves. You'll notice for the boots and gloves you're going to need hide. But we got some from killing those animals. So I'm going to make a hatchet. And then gather some more fiber from the plants. So, I forgot to mention this earlier, torpor is this thing at the bottom. When that goes up, your person becomes unconscious, and not eating and not drinking, and using all your stamina will increase that, so you have to be careful with that. And I'll show you what the water skin does now. So you just make it and put it in your quick item slot. Then all you have to do is you'll go down and stand in the water and use it. And it will fill up the water skin. And then like if you start getting dehydrated later and there's still water in it because it does drain slowly over time, you just use it in your quick item slot and you drink from it. And that's that for that. You'll also notice that cooked meat spoils more slowly than raw meat. And there's also things later in the game like preserving bins that make it last hours. But that's not yet. If you're playing this games with a friend or more, you can specialize people in certain things like buildings and stuff, so you'll be able to advance a little bit more quickly. The sleeping bag acts as a respawn point. And I'm gonna do one more thing, I think, before I stop, and that is show you how to tame dinosaurs. So I'm gonna go look for a dinosaur to tame. You don't want to do a trike or a stegosaurus as your first dinosaur, as the trike takes like 2 hours to tame. And the stegosaurus is like 3. It's ridiculous how long they take, but that is the game. That dinosaur right there is a dilosaur. It's the thing that shoots a venom. And it eats meat. So I don't want to do that as my first either, because I don't have a decent supply of meat yet. Later on, if you tame like one of those or a raptor, you can use it to harvest meat pretty quickly. A raptor's really good. And you saw me kill one of those earlier. I'm gonna do one of these things. You can ride them. And I think that's about it. So, to tame a dinosaur, you have to punch it and make it go unconscious. So, I'm gonna chase him until he runs into something, and then I'm gonna beat him up. Alright, now he's unconscious. That is good. So, what you have to do now is open his inventory, give him a bunch of berries. Dinosaurs have preferences for berries, but I don't know what this one's is, so I'm just gonna give him all the berries. And as you can see, as he eats them, his taming bar goes up. And you use narco berries on him to keep him asleep. So when you see that his torpor is going down, he won't wake up until it's 0, but if you see it's going down, you can just use narco berry. You click on it and hit remote use, and he eats it, and his torpor goes back up. So normally, while you have one of these things unconscious, you have to run around and collect berries so he stays asleep and fed. Because if he runs out of berries, the taming bar just goes all the way down. And if he wakes up, all your progress is gone. So there you go. You'll also notice that when berries are in his inventory, they spoil a lot less quickly. So it's good to have a dinosaur just to store food in. I'm also playing on low graphics because this game doesn't run very well on my computer, and I've heard the same thing from multiple people. But that's hopefully something that will get fixed. This guy eats pretty quickly, so it shouldn't take very long to tame him. And now he's tamed, there we go. So, as you can see, what is this? So you can collect food for me, and I can ride it. And yep. There we go. I can name him. So if you hold E on him, you'll see that there's a bunch of different options here. You can set his aggression, neutral. He'll attack when he gets attacked. Aggressive, he'll attack anything, I think. And right now he is set to attack target. I'm going to put him on passive, which means that he just doesn't attack anything. And he will follow me now as well. So really quick, I'm going to level up to level 5, and I'm pretty sure that's the level I need for a saddle for him. Dinosaurs also do eat, so you need to keep food in there or he'll die eventually. The meat's just in there so it doesn't spoil. They don't eat very quickly, unless you're riding them. They eat more when you're riding them than if you just have them there. There we go. Alright, so leveled up. I'm gonna do some more fortitude. And then I should be able to make him a saddle. If I have enough stuff. I probably don't, but I'll look. I need 9 more hide, so I'm gonna go get that really quick. So, now, I think I have enough for a saddle for him. Alright, so. make him a saddle, and then I'll show you what he can do. So to put the saddle on, you just drag the saddle to the saddle slot, and you can see he has it on. Just walk up to him and hit E, and then you can ride it. And now, what should happen when I go up here and click on one of these plants? Never mind. Thought that this was like a trike or a stego that could collect berries, but it's not. So anyway, you can just ride this thing into battle if you want to, I guess. And we're gonna go over here and kill this dinosaur. Once he regains some stamina. There we go. No, you can't collect the meat either. Alright, this guy's pretty useless. Later on, if you get a stegosaurus or a trike, you can just walk up to bushes and use their attack and it'll collect berries. But not this guy. And the raptors can harvest meat from dead things. Yeah, that's about it, I guess. I'm gonna go to one of the bases I made earlier, so you can see some later game stuff. And yeah, this is ARK. So this is a base I made with my tribe. You can make tribes in this game. I didn't mention that earlier, so there you go. There's a brontosaurus, a mammoth. These are stone walls, which can only be broken with explosive, I think. It goes thatch, wood, stone. Wood can be broken with metal tools, thatch can be broken with the normal tools. And there's some spikes. And here's our inside. And yeah, that's about it. You can farm, build houses, tame lots of dinos, as you can see, and there you go.